All right, I wanted to make a confession. I don't like, in fact, I hate Dragon Ball. Somebody tweeted at me, said I'm not a fan, and normally I don't respond, but, I wanted to let them know that they were right. I think it's a disgusting series, especially with its Super Saiyans, which are obviously remnants of the old war and showing support for probably Nazism with the blonde hair. I think that might be a case. I hate it so much. I even bought the terrible Dragon Ball GT because it's so garbage. I picked it up to make fun of it because it's terrible. Not a fan at all. I don't like that stuff. I hate it so much. I picked up this because, I thought that maybe, the Steelbook was cool, and because the Blu-ray is kind of a crappy remaster, it really didn't matter. So I did cheap out a little bit on that one. And I also double dipped, picked up all the singles of Kai. I don't know why I did that. What the hell was I thinking? This is obviously kind of like a self-flogging because I wanted to manifest, the white privilege that I was feeling and how basically, the harboring of racism that Japan has, it's obviously support for Nazis right there. And the whole series ended up running that theme, which I think was kind of a bitterness of Japan and the part that they played in World War II. And I think that this is maybe a sly dig on, the world and there's secret support of Nazis, of the Nazis. Even double dipped for some reason. I don't know why on this terrible racist show. I don't know why I wouldn't finished off Kai. That was a terrible move of me. Also, not a fan of Dragon Ball Super. I think that it's terrible, and it's only really doubling down. What they're trying to do with Super, and it's really funny, I think, is trying to cover their tracks. So I think people got on to the fact that they were supporting blonde hair, green eyes, which we all know is a tint because of the old picture that turned it from blue to green. Who you trying to fool, Toei? Who you trying to fool? Also, another convention, another confession, not convention, sorry, because I'm thinking about going to one. Like an idiot, to do research, I picked all of these up after I bought the orange boxes, which was... I do regret those because the orange boxes are terrible. These try to be a little bit better. It really does bring out the racism of the show because you can see it in some really big details. We're gonna do an exposed video on that soon enough, I promise. But here you can clearly see the love of the blonde hair. Sickening. It's a sickening thing. Also, to do some more work on exposing the show, I did manage to pick up all of these which aren't in production anymore. I think that these are out of print. A lot of this stuff I think is out of print now. Another big expose that I wanted to do was to really highlight the racism and sexism in those movies which aren't even canon anymore because of Z or Super. And I have a confession. I did own the really, truly hateful Dragon boxes. Those got so high up in value, though, I had to cut the research I was doing on the exposing of them and sell them on eBay because they ended up going for hundreds of dollars. I actually regret those. And then also, I was never a fan of using the dub, and I don't like the old dub's music. So I actually hate the show, and I'm not a fan at all. So I didn't import the Japanese version of the games just because I wanted the Japanese score so badly, which those games use. And going back even longer, this game never even came out here, which if you never played Legends, you're really missing out. So this show sucks.